Time now to focus on business. And for that, we say good morning to our business editor, Mike Eppel. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good. Thank you, Sarah. How are you?
Good, but a lot of changes to share. So the Worldwide Developers Conference kicked off for Apple today, but
yes.
Unlike we've seen it in the past.
Conventions aren't taking place, right? So companies are trying to figure out, okay, how do we actually do conventions under that circumstance? Well, it's all virtual, and that's great, except if you're in the hotel and travel industry and cities that have relied in the past on summertime convention activity, they're seeing no business right now. So in this case, though, Apple, the show must go on, I suppose. So from a virtual standpoint, they're talking about, the talk is that they're going to announce a split from Intel, which is huge. Intel is the world's largest maker of computer chips, and if Apple brings the production of computer chips in-house through ARM Research is their partner there, that could be big from a technological standpoint. And then you've got the app developers. All of these apps that they have now are based on Intel computer chips, and if they have to change all that, then the infrastructure of apps is going to be pretty big. So there's a lot going on at the Worldwide Developers Conference for Apple today, and it's not just about the stock price being at a record high.
Let's talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
Looking a lot different when you're walking through the doors. Fully automated, Mike, and does that mean that comes at the cost of jobs?
Well, this is something that they're trying in Moscow, of all places.
Okay.
It's an automated line that literally has a robot taking a bucket of KFC from a conveyor belt that comes out from the back, putting it onto a tray where a person uses a touch, well, I guess not even a touch screen anymore, because you can't touch anything. But the pushback is great. So robots are taking more jobs. Do you unveil that at this time in society when there are millions upon millions of people unemployed?
Right.
The disconnect here, again, people, this is going to be an ongoing thing. You've got lots of people unemployed at the same time. People who have jobs are seeing their costs fall, so their savings rate is growing. So you've got this economic disconnect, and all of this is playing into jobs of the future and where they're going to come from.
Well, I have to say it's a bit ironic. You're talking about moving away from touching, but there is no food that you touch more than fried chicken and French fries.
Well, I guess under that circumstance, but it's coming straight out of the grill. I mean, nobody's going to actually put their hand in the fryer anymore, like they would on the kid on The Simpsons. But anyway, I digress.
It's been a long time since I've had a bucket of chicken. Is that something that you enjoy?
It's a good question. When was the last time I had KFC? I'm not a big proponent of food courts to begin with, so I'd have to go back in the old memory banks on that one.
I like the
those
skin,
are getting scant by the day.
Skin on the chicken. Leave the meat, just eat the skin.
Okay. Now I'm kind of that's breakfast of champions right there.
I'll see you tomorrow.
In university, when I was in university,
yeah. That's exactly
years ago.
It's been a while. All right, Mike. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow. It's now 13 minutes past 8. Let's take a peek at the markets.
This portion of BT is brought to you by 660 News, Calgary's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.